The homemade stuff is usually around 60% alcohol.
When he took me to Hungary, all I was being offered was palinka. Palinka this, palinka that.
That says a lot about Hungarian people and alcohol.
You can tell when a man is avoiding the topic of love.
Oh yeah, we were talking about love. It's quite cloudy and drizzly Saturday.
The weekend before Valentine's.
We are going to the Clifton suspension bridge. We will probably have a coffee somewhere.
The most romantic thing that Peter's bought me so far is a heart-shaped garlic bread.
Garlic pizza bread. And it's from Aldi.
I mean, the thought counts, right? We're just taking a little stroll through the Clifton streets. Pete's GoPro camera accidentally fell in some rich person's driveway in Clifton, and I had to buzz them to say, "Excuse me, can I pick up the GoPro that I stupidly dropped in their garden?" When I buzzed, the kind gentleman was just like, "Oh yeah, no problem, you could just go in, there's a side gate." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you, no worries." But you know, because it's Clifton Village, you know, you just don't want to assume that you could just automatically open up a fancy looking gate. All of a sudden you hear sirens come in, arresting the black girl with
the Eastern European filming in the rich area of Clifton. Crossing the road again, illegally, not on a zebra crossing. This seems to be the tendency with us. I don't know if you knew this, but in the UK, jaywalking is not illegal, not like in America, for example, where when you cross the road, not on a dedicated pedestrian crossing, you can get fined. I don't know what's the maximum penalty, but it's not legal. After your shoes.
So then, babe, since it's the weekend of love, what's your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day.
From a man's perspective, I guess.
From a man's perspective. My very unpopular opinion, probably. But I think it's unnecessary. I think it's another day big business creates it to make more money. You shouldn't need a day to celebrate love.
You know, okay, another question. What would be your ideal romantic Valentine's Day?
A nice dinner, then go to a fancy hotel, ask the staff to put rose petals around the bed, make sure that it's on the top floor and you have a nice view of the city. There's a bathtub by the window where you can sit in and just gaze over the skyline.
This is like a good insight into how romantic my Pete can be.
As I said, I'm old school. That is the Avon Gorge Hotel, which has a nice terrace in the back overlooking the Avon Gorge, as the name suggests, and the suspension bridge, which you can see just in the background.
it stopped raining and we were about to make our way up to Clifton Suspension Bridge.
Yes,
And
just over there.
yeah, this is one of my favourite areas that I like to go, particularly in the summertime. You could just have a picnic around here, and many times in the past, me and you, we've just sat with a bottle of wine.
Yeah, or that time when we bought fish and chips in Clifton Village.
Oh, yes.
And just walked up here and had a little lunch.
So here is the annual event of the Balloon Fiesta. Over this period is when the bridge is closed due to weight restrictions. As you just saw there, crowds gather to watch the balloons ascend from the location in Ashton Court.
So at night time it's really nice. It's lit up in the dark and you can spot it from miles away depending on where you are in Bristol. Also, interesting fact that it has been the venue for significant cultural events, such as the first modern bungee jump in 1979, which was illegal by the way, the last flight of the Concorde in 2003, and the handover of the London Olympic torch relay in 2012.
In COVID days, it was a one-way system, so you could only go one way up on the left and then one way back on the right. I remember as a child walking along here with my mum, and I think it was my mum that made me scared of heights, because she used to be really scared walking along here. Now I'm just like, YOLO, if something happens, it happens. But if you just stand up, you could actually feel the bridge move, just slightly. So, if like us, coffee addicts, and you made the effort to walk along this 400 and something meter bridge.
412 to be exact.
Then you could get a coffee at this chapter and house.
As a little reward
Yes.
for all the efforts you've done to cross the bridge.
Which is not a lot really, I mean it's only a few steps. Doesn't really warrant a lot of calories, but you know.
And it's a nice little place.
I know we said we'd get a coffee. I don't know why I didn't get a coffee.
Perhaps we didn't get a coffee because we had a coffee like half an hour ago.
I kind of limit myself to 2 coffees a day, and I've already had my second coffee at coffee number 1.
Cake is amazing.
If you ever come round here, it's open 7 days a week.
Until 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
So, mainly Pete, was just told off that we were not allowed to film. Bearing in mind, loads of people have their cameras out recording, but you know, had to keep him sweet and just say, yes, that's no problem, goodbye, thank you. So we just thought we'd get it confirmed, because basically we were told that the bridge master would we need a license from the bridge master to film. We thought we'd double check that on the other side. Another, I was going to say colleague, what would do?
Well, an employee.
Yeah, another.
Basically, it's the toll house.
Yeah,
And, yeah, sorry. And another employee confirmed that as long as it's a handheld camera, not on a tripod, then we are allowed to film. And he also admitted that his colleague on the other side is a little bit old and grumpy. I guess that explains. After chatting to the bridge employee, we headed up to the Clifton Observatory, which coincidentally also has an entry to the Giant's Cave, which is a natural cave in the limestone face of the Avon Gorge. On the way up, we walked past the Clifton Rock Slide, a strip of smooth rock, which many people would say you're not from Bristol if you haven't been down this slide before.
This is like a good little romantic weekend because this is the location where we went on our second date in 2022. How cute, hey?
2022?
Oh, sorry, 2020.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What are you on about?
This is where we are, what we're in the moment of architecture.
This is the camera obscura, which is at the top of the observation tower by the bridge.
Basically, it's a very cool room that we're about to go inside. I think I could take some sneaky footage and you could actually see something. So
I think it's going to be too dark, but let's see.
let's see. Unfortunately, we couldn't go inside the camera room. Well, we did, but we just couldn't see anything because it was just pitch black. Nobody seemed to know what they were doing, and so we left.
So we're gonna head back and decide whether we go out and have a
A cheeky Nando's.
or just cook something home.
So then, guys, yeah,
That's it for now.
that's it.
If you come to Bristol, visit the suspension bridge. Try it on a nice sunny day, because when it's windy and rainy, it is really windy and rainy. You know, it's raining a lot.
On that bombshell, it's likely raining now. So
Okay.
see you in our next video.
I don't think my camera is waterproof, so bye bye.
Bye.
Well, in the end, we didn't go to Nando's. Instead, we decided to take a look at the Bristol Light Festival, which is an annual event.
And it's a fun activity to do with the kids, where a map is provided and you can find each light festival in the city centre. Put your hands up.
Like that? Oh! Tommy came up.
Oh dear. So after Pete's belly popped out, we thought we'd end it with Pete doing a Mr. Bean impression.
Thank you for watching.
And see you in our next video.